Hello, everybody. Let's do a reading, shall we? We're going to stay on theme with our zodiac readings. And of course, the next up, if I do them in order, is going to be Capricorn. I've already shuffled. So we're looking at the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. We're going to do 4 cards here. The Knight of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Tower. We have the Ten of Wands. Not everything is going according to your plans, is it? I heard, there was a quote. I heard somebody say something earlier this week. It was like, you've done everything that you planned to do. You did it in the right order and you did it well. So everything is coming to you as it should and as you have directed. But it's not all of a sudden. Either that or it has, and it's not what you thought it was. I think there's about a 50-50 split for you Capricorns. Those of you who have manifested this reality that you've dreamed of, it is not exactly what you thought it was going to be, is it? There are also some of you, roughly half of you, who are not experiencing what you've put together. You've added 2 + 2 and it's 6. All right, this is going to be kind of a mess, but we're going to do another deck here for the clarifier. It's a bit tricky to work with, so we're going to see what happens. I think this is a sort of test from the universe, you know? As we move through life and we have these expectations of things happening, we sort of build this ideal image and start living as if these things have already happened, whether we like it. I mean, whether we know what we're doing or not, whether we know that we're manifesting or not, we start acting like this is what's going to happen, including by living in fear of it happening. And that can really catch some of us up. So if you expect something to come to pass and it's something that you're sort of afraid of, then when it does, yeah. Okay, we're going to pull on the Knight of Pentacles. This is, like I said, I think just a test from the universe. You've got clear skies and things happening going forward in 2025 that are really going to blow your mind. But in this little interim period, there's going to be some definite challenges. You need to just pay attention. We have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom for the Knight of Pentacles. What I'm saying is just that, like, timing is everything. And some of this, definitely there's a lot of Tower energy. Some of you did not expect it to go this way, or expected it to go this way but with a different sort of effect and feeling. I'm getting some falseness. I'm getting some fakeness. It's almost like you manifest a big bowl of fruit. And this is a weird analogy, but it's the closest thing I could come to looking at my kitchen counter as I am. So you manifest this bowl of fruit, and when you get up to it and you're going to consume it, you realize that it's plastic. So you're getting what you wanted, what you manifested, but it's the slightly different version that you didn't even anticipate. And that can be really frustrating because you can be like, oh man, I didn't even know I had to block this potential reality from my manifestation. Yeah. A lot of us are in this place right now. Okay, so it's all right. It's all right. It's going to get better. The Fool is with the Knight of Pentacles here. And the Four of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups. Yeah, there's something about maybe even holding your plans a little too close to the chest, like holding your cards too close to the chest. This pinnacle nature, especially with the Four of Pentacles, I think there's plans that you have that you should be sharing with others, but you're not. Some of you, at least. Take that as you will. I think it's a bad idea to keep it to yourself in this particular instance. I think the more you speak your desired future out into the universe and make plans for it, in this energy, you're not going to jinx it, and you're not gonna ruin it. Just tell people about your plans. It's okay. You can be a very private person, but also share with those people that you love what you're expecting. Let's pull on the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, I think it's especially true for those immediate family members. Maybe there's something you're not telling your family about your future plans that have to do with your career. Even if it is going to impact them? Okay. Well, Wheel of Fortune, here we go. Very spicy cards. I don't think I'm going to like this, but the cards are stuck. We've got the Destiny card, which is a unique card to this deck. Destiny, Wheel of Fortune. You know how it is. Six of Cups. Yeah, there's a long... There's a historical element. There's a soulmate. There's a long-held history. There's energy with another person right now that's incredibly important, but it's being... Yeah, I was just going to say it's being glossed over. What do we have? The moon. Yeah. So, yeah, there's this really strong connection with someone, for some of you, that you're definitely glossing over in your pursuit for this career or way of life. And we have the Devil as well. Yeah. So I think there's some storytelling. I think that, we all do this, but I think maybe you're doing a little bit of storytelling. But with Destiny as the bottom card, I almost think that that's all right. That's kind of the way, regardless of the Devil. And I love this Devil card if you just like, isn't that cool? Anyway, with the moon, with the glossing over of this soul connection, I think the timing is right. I really do. I think the timing is right, maybe even to move on. That is interesting. It's a very interesting energy. I feel like maybe you're moving on, but for the wrong reasons. But moving on is okay. The moving on is okay. The separation from this person is okay. But you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Which won't really bite you in the ass. It's just that you don't recognize the true reasons for it. Anyway, Tower. I already know what this is about, but let's pull some cards to clarify. There's a lot of like, I feel like, when you put ingredients, this is a really weird analogy, but I've been cooking all day. So when you put ingredients together, like, let's say you're making a pumpkin pie and you put together the pumpkin and the evaporated milk and some sugar and the spices and stuff, and it takes quite a while to stir them all up so that they're the same consistency. you're like at that moment where you've just taken a few stirs and there's this separation of all these different ingredients of your life and it's not cohesive yet. I feel like that's where you're at in the tower, is like the tower sort of stirring these ingredients together. And when you suss it out, you'll have a cohesive life, really. Anyway, if that makes sense to anyone, great. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's pull for the tower. How long is this going to take? It'll shuffle forever. It's a sweet taste once you get it all mixed up. All right, so we do have the 7 of Wands in the bottom. Yeah, the 4 of Wands. The Hermit. And I got 2 cards that stuck together. Now this is a sticky deck. I have the 8 of Cups and it's stuck with the 9 of Pentacles. It's a sticky deck though, like I said. Yes. Yes, these different ingredients that the tower, your ego break, is mixing together are quite disparate, right? So you have the 4 of Wands where you have this internal vision, you have this vision of joy, this is the manifestation energy. This is what you've seen as your future. And you also have this desire to keep it all to yourself. And it's a little bit of a selfish energy. You really, I don't know. It really does feel like, you know, you've done this alone, you've done this on your own merit, and you don't want to share it with anyone. There's a little bit of that. So you've got that ingredient, and then you have the 8 of Cups. There's some heartache still lingering. And although you have this unique vision, you've really got to, it's really like, you know how we have to handle grief, right? Grief is a very powerful blanket on our life. And it doesn't easily combine and become part of a cohesive life. We can take months or years for it to weave into the fabric of our everyday existence and just become part of our philosophy, right? If we lose somebody, or, you know, we all experience grief in different ways. So we could lose somebody from a breakup. We could lose somebody from the past. We could lose a dog. We could lose a parent. We could lose a job. Grief affects us all differently. And a lot of us have experienced all that kind of grief. But it takes so much time to integrate into our lives as part of our expression of life and not as something separate that we're fighting. And it takes a lot longer for others than it does for some. And some people, we never get over it. So this is kind of the feeling that I'm getting, is that mix of ingredients is very dependent on this tower moment, on this ego moment. And there's definitely some of this grief for what has happened to get you to this place where, yes, you're there. I would say, you know, you're close. It's just like, be patient. You've got to be gentle with yourself as you integrate these experiences into your daily expression and become authentic in all of the full spectrum of emotions that you've had. Some things definitely feel separate than others. I think sometimes even love can feel separate from our lifestyle, from our expression of life. All right. Oh, this 10 of Wands is tricky. I'm getting a little bit of a a la la land energy from this. Let's go ahead and pull it though. Come on, folks. We've got 10 of Wands. I'd really like to get clarifiers on. Just give me some cards. I don't like this, but it is what it is. 3 of Swords. Did anybody say feedback loop? It's the truth. All right, so the next card is not upside down, but it was upside down in my deck. Yeah, be careful. So usually in these 4 card readings that I've been doing this is the bottom card. Okay, 3 of Swords. Usually in these zodiac readings that I've been doing, the last card and the clarifiers are a message or a warning from the universe. It's just the way that it's been happening, and this particular reading is no exception. So, wow. Be careful that you don't build your manifestation powers and your dream of what life should be for you based on the hurt that you've experienced. Be very neutral and open to the possibilities of your future self and to success that you might have. Be very open. Don't be so rigid in how you shape it. Allow it to be plastic and kinetic, and I know it's hard for y'all, but try and go with the flow and really go with the flow. I know it's hard for y'all. But I think there's a real risk in creating this idea of bliss as you're doing your mapping, your manifesting, your dream board, your vision boards, you're writing your goals, especially as we come into this new year. I know you Capricorns love a good, list for the year of goals. Let's try and come from an authentic place of flow as much as we can when we do this, okay? Because I think you really have a potential to sabotage yourself in a very deep and I almost want to say benign way, because it's not going to be self-sabotage on the level that we usually think it is. It's really just going to be creating this idea and image of a life for yourself as you see this perfect life, this 10 of Wands, as you see this playing out. You're really making it impossible because you haven't overcome your 3 of Swords. You haven't really healed from some of those things that have deeply hurt you, and you haven't come through it yet. So the idea is that you're basing your 10 of Wands on, you're creating your goals with, come slightly from this place of hurt, and you're really sabotaging your future by moving towards these goals with that still as a motivation, the pain still as the motivator. I think you're going to do a lot better if you let it flow until you figure that you've truly, truly healed. Not quote unquote healed, but truly deeply healed, and you've found yourself through all that pain. Then maybe start to think about more specific future goals. Anyway, that's the reading for you. Pretty Pretty good, actually. I mean, it's just that a matter of this particular timing, this particular moment, and it's going to be hard for you to pull back and go with the flow. But I think you can do it. So that's your reading. Good luck, everybody.